The Grand Canyon Formation featuring Kent Hovind? Damn, I knew the guy was old, but that he had a hand in the processes that made the Grand Canyon happen is, well, it's almost impressive. Also, yes, I didn't call him Dr. Kent Hovind, because he f***ing ain't one. He's a doctor, like I'm a goddamn pilot. If you trust me to fly a plane, we are all going to die screaming, on fire, and crashing directly into a mountain.
One of the biggest lies they teach the kids in school.
Oh, you just know it's going to be good when a video starts. One of the biggest lies they teach kids in school. Especially when it comes from Kent Hovind, because I don't think he knows a single goddamn thing that they teach in schools. I mean, the man claims to have been a teacher, but I scarcely believe he knows how to open a door, let alone how to educate the minds of the youth, without somehow accidentally catapulting them all into the sun.
Is that it took millions of years to make Grand Canyon.
Oh my god, we are seconds into this video and he already massively flubbed that line. It took millions of years to make the Grand Canyon, Kent. You sound like the way I speak when I'm taking the piss. And this is clearly a video that someone put some effort into editing. You couldn't possibly do a retake on that. Or is he basically like Calculon, where each and every word out of his face is 100% solid gold and couldn't possibly be improved upon? And look, I know it's a small thing, but it really speaks to these people's ability to get fucking anything right. Also, I know that the place itself is called Grand Canyon, but the thing that it is the Grand Canyon. And I will not be taking any questions, thank you very much.
Grand Canyon formed in less than a week.
See, even if he's doing that on purpose, it just makes it sound dumb. Grand Canyon mighty, Grand Canyon pretty, and Grand Canyon formed in less than week. Wait a minute. No, he f***ing didn't. What the hell are you talking about, Hovind? This is completely impossible to have happened in less than a week. It couldn't have happened in hundreds of thousands of years. I mean, of all the stupid things you believe, this has got to be way freaking up there. It would sound less stupid if you said Jesus walked by and f***ing karate chopped the thing into being, because at least then you can pretend magic, but fuck. But f***.
Don't let them lie to you, kids. Grand Canyon's a washed-out dam.
The only washout is you, Kent. Well, washed up, but you know what I mean. And how the hell does that work? The Grand Canyon is thousands of kilometers squared. Who the f*** set up any kind of dam over that kind of area, let alone why would anyone do that? Because it doesn't make any freaking sense. And if that's not what you mean, why do you say it like that? You know, apart from the fact that you're a bloody moron.
Grand Canyon formed very rapidly. We had a dam right across here, across our lake, and...
Oh my god, is he about to do what I think he's about to do? He isn't, is he? And I'll tell you what he will prove if he does pull the stupid shit that I think he's going to. He'll prove that he has no fucking idea how anything works. And that he is so fuck-jugglingly stupid that it's staggering he's able to figure out how standing works.
Several years ago, we cut a notch in the top, let the water start coming over the top.
Must resist urge to make coming joke. Must not say. Your mum's come over the top. Ugh. Oh, phew, I did it. No, obviously I made the joke. I'm saying that I also came over the top. Thank you, Ken. I needed that.
Within 4 minutes, the notch was 8 feet wide, and in 7 minutes, the whole dam was gone.
God damn it, mate, no. That's so freaking stupid it hurts. Good job I'm more relaxed than usual for some reason. Do you know why this doesn't prove that Grand Canyon happened quick? Because shockingly, even though the Grand Canyon does contain various densities of rock, it's still rock, and f***ing rock is not super squishy sand that can be cut through easy peasy. That shit there is either loose dirt or sand or whatever, and loose material does not have the same properties as great big pieces of heavily compacted rock. In fact, the only thing that does have the properties of rock in this instant is you, because you're almost as smart as one.
Dams erode fast. Anytime the lake gets too full, it finds the lowest point, cuts a notch, and drains the lake.
Right, okay, but how does some loose material being eroded quickly compared to rock being cut nearly 2 kilometers down? Like, yeah, the surface layer of a lot of the planet is just various easy to cut through materials, but as soon as you get almost any distance down, you get to bedrock, which is, you know, rock. And suddenly you're going to have a much tougher time getting through that than just whacking it with your shovel or sprinkling a bit of frigging water on it.
That's what happened at Purdue University. This huge dam was cut right across there, drained the whole thing in 15 minutes.
Okay, no one is arguing that if you cut a hole in a dam, that the water behind the dam is just going to sit there being polite and not making a mess. It's going to zoom out of there at some speed. But you know what it's not going to do? Have much effect on any solid geological structures, because the water will just go over or round it. It will likely wash away surface materials and detritus, but you'll notice that it can only do that so far. Otherwise, just literally everything would wash away completely. And as you well know, that doesn't happen because a little bit of water does all to rock in a small time frame. And if you don't know that, stop trying to teach kids geology since you don't know what the you're talking about.
That's what happened in San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Isn't that where the old Alcatraz Island is? Man, if only that place was still running and a certain someone was sent there for his tax evasion and other crimes against humanity, I wouldn't have to be having this stupid conversation. Sorry, off track there. Just feeling, you know, is it called regret when you have nothing to do with the situation but it didn't go how you want? Well, yeah, that feeling, for some reason.
This mountain range in the south and mountain range in the north, if they were connected, if you plugged up that gap.
The only gap that needs plugging up is the one that's in front of your head, that keeps making all the dumbest arguments that anyone anywhere has ever heard. Look, it's for his own good. I mean, at this rate, he's really getting to be a contender for stupidest motherfucker on the face of the planet. And I was wanting to win that. I could really do without all this competition. Why do you think I've spent all these years trying to get stupid people to be less dumb, eh?
A great big lake would fill up in the middle of California.
Okay, I don't know if that's true, or if the implication, that being that it used to be like that and was then broken through, is true either. But even if that were, so f***ing what? Again, that happens, and it even happens if it were rock, given enough time. And this in no way disproves that the Grand Canyon took a long time, and only that geological features affect water, and water affects geological features. Well done. Really putting that Patriot University education to good work there, Kent.
It got too full, went over the top, washed out San Francisco Bay.
So, like a complete arsehole, I decided to do that thing that Kent Hovind is so averse to, and looked up the words, how did the San Francisco Bay form? And imagine my surprise when it turned out that Kent's little explanation of a lake getting too full and spilling over is apparently absolute f***ing horseshit, and the bay was actually formed by the movement of tectonic plates. And I don't understand why you felt the need to make up a different explanation, and how you think that you know better than people whose actual job it is to know these things while simultaneously still not proving the point you were trying to make. It's like fail squared.
Left behind the best dirt in the world.
I don't know about this best dirt claim. Everyone knows I have the best dirt on all of my subscribers. I mean, why do you think they keep coming back to watch my videos? It's not because they are quality content, clearly. So obviously I have something on each and every one of them, and they need to keep me sweet. So you should probably subscribe too, just in case. Just in case I have something on you as well. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but it's better for everyone if you just press that subscribe button and the bell icon. Yeah? We all know you've got something to hide.
And probably formed that canyon 50 or 100 years after Noah's flood.
Okay, how does that not completely destroy your whole stupid Noah's flood made the Grand Canyon thing? Because, in case you didn't know, although he hasn't said it yet in this video, that's like the whole deal. As unbelievably stupid as it is for multitudes of reasons. But if Noah's flood did as you said, then why didn't that happen at the same time? Surely that's what would happen. It was a worldwide flood after all. So anything that might have had the chance to do as you say would have done it back then, right? Although how the f*** he thinks he knows this, I have absolutely no idea. I can only assume it's just more of his made up nonsense. He does like it ever so much.
And probably took about 3 days to make all that. Dams can break quickly.
So I took that image there, and surprisingly enough, I couldn't find it f***ing anywhere. You know, Ken, just because you make something up and then do a shit Microsoft Paint diagram of the thing you made up, doesn't make that thing true or accurate or what happened. Science isn't just wanting something to be true and pretending you have proof. It's kind of the opposite, actually.
The Kaibab Plateau is about 45 miles wide and 60 miles long, and it's 7,000 to 8,000 foot elevation.
Okay, what's your point? I mean, I have no reason to believe that's not true, but again, it's proving absolutely nothing to state things that don't prove how the Grand Canyon was made in a week. Also, I tell a lie, I do have a very good reason to think that that's not true. It's a thing you said, Kent, and everything you say is automatically suspect. You could tell me that Sir Sick am handsome, famous and good at the sex, and is also a fan of the whiskies, and I would have to take a moment to really think about that if it came out of your mouth. Such is your capacity for saying things that are completely incorrect.
It's like this big bump I made here.
If this big bump isn't the cocaine that Kent needs to keep his cold dead heart pumping and his idiot brain going just fast enough to appear as if he is capable of actual thought, and not the parody to that effect it truly is, then I'm going to be disappointed. And it really better be a huge goddamn bump.
If this was the Kaibab Plateau, if you plugged up Grand Canyon, which cuts across like this.
Okay, that looks like it would be just enough coke to keep him going, and to make him high enough to believe this crap. As long as it was being taken every 20 minutes or so, obviously. Also, what are you doing? Apart from playing in the sand like a giant drugged up toddler. Although, to be fair, I'm not criticising him for that, I'm sure it's super fun. It's just not exactly what I would call cutting edge science.
A great big lake would fill up behind it. There was a lake that went all the way back to Colorado.
I cannot find any mention of a lake that stretched from the Grand Canyon to Colorado like anywhere. Again, that doesn't mean it's not true. It's just seemingly unlikely, mostly because you said it. But again, even if true, that doesn't change the properties water has on fucking bedrock. I mean, in the comment section of this video is a common comment that goes along the lines of pressurized water can cut blah blah blah. Yeah, but that's in a machine that's designed to force it at incredibly high pressure. Not a lake that distributes its pressure all over the place and isn't designed to cut through things. It's not the same fucking thing, people.
Then it got too full, they found the lowest point, and it started meandering around, and it would start eating at the other side.
Meandering is just such a fucking perfect word for that. Meandering means to move slowly with no apparent direction or destination. It does not mean to power pump hyperjet that cuts clean through fucking mountains in 2 days. I wonder why we use that word to describe the flow of water,
Canyons always wash out from the far side in.
I'm not even sure what that's supposed to mean, but does that change the properties of water? Does that mean that it suddenly starts cutting through rocks like a hot knife through butter? And isn't it just fucking bizarre that this power cutter-like ability that you have given water doesn't really exist in nature outside of, well, you wanting it to?
So there may have been some obstacles it had to go around, but it would start off on level ground and eat its way down.
The only obstacle I'm seeing in this video is you and yours being obstacles to scientific progress, mostly by making this shit and peddling it to kids, as any adult who watches this and starts believing it based on what you present would have to be dumber than an infant, and those motherfuckers are dumb as shit. So you making them even dumber is just going to completely ruin everything. Thanks for that.
Until it got down deep enough to be at the bottom of the lake, that drained the lake. It probably drained that lake in less than a week. And Grand Canyon today is about 18 miles wide.
And completely made of sand. I mean, look at all that soft, easily malleable sand. I mean, did you know that if you just run your hand along the walls of the Grand Canyon, it just falls down immediately because of how loose it all is? I'm surprised the thing has even lasted this long because of how it has all the properties of sand.
And a mile deep. And it's a broken dam.
A mile deep, like how far my disappointment in humanity sinks every time you open your fucking mouth, mate. Seriously, how does he do this shit with a straight face? I can only assume that he really is so freaking stupid and so fucking delusional to think that any of this is convincing to anyone who isn't a total moron. Kent Hovind is the dumb man's idiot.
In the summer of 2021, we had a big storm and this lake got too full. It went over the top right here. The water's running this way and it started eroding this way.
Well, isn't that interesting, seeing as the road you are on is clearly solid rock? I know I keep saying it, but how does he not spot the flaw in this shit? How can he not realize that earth and sand and whatever else does not have the same hardness as fucking rock? That showing water quickly eroding a bit of mud in no way demonstrates that water will rapidly cut through incredible amounts of fucking bedrock. He has to be a total moron. It's the only explanation. Alright, yeah, there's also that he's just a liar.
All canyons do that. The water goes this way, the groove comes this way. If we'd let it keep running, it would have eaten a giant canyon all the way back here from this little bitty pond. It does not take millions of years to make erosion like that. Probably took about 1 hour to erode all that dirt away.
Dirt. Yes, Kent, dirt. Now do it with a fucking rock and tell me your results. See, the thing is, you can't do science, and yes, I am being very generous by calling this thing he's doing science, but you can't do science without testing all the variables, and you can't just change the variable to one that makes your test give you the result you want. You can't say, could the Grand Canyon's rocks have been cut in a week and then change the rocks to fucking dirt? That's not how anything works, you colossal spoon. I'm fucking done. Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoon Staff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was gonna tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the